Good morning, students. We will continue lesson 5, page number 64. Today we will see operators. So, in the last class, we have discussed about fundamentals of Java language like tokens, identifiers, keywords, constant, variable, how to declare the variables. There are in the variable there is data type and variable names. So, about data types also we have discussed like integer, float, character, boolean. Now, today we will see operators. Operators are special symbols that are used to perform calculation. Okay, operators are applied to the variables and constant to form an expression. Means why we are using the operators like plus sign, minus signs. We have to add it to minus, subtract it. Means we are performing some calculation. So these operators are used. This is the one of the sign like for the addition plus, for the for subtraction minus, for multiply this is the sign. So these are the symbols, these are the symbol, and these are the special symbols. Means this has the specific meaning. Means we can understood, we have to divide, we have to multiply, so we can understand. And what does it use? It performs some calculation. So that will be applied to the variable and constant. Okay, so like for example, x equals to, there is the x equals to y by 3. So it means there will be some value of x and some value of y, because these two are the variable, and this, it means this line means we have to divide. Means y, the whatever the value of y will be divided by this 3, and that will be stored in the x. Okay, so in the above expression, x and y are the variable, 3 is a constant, and equal, and these are the operators. This equal sign is the operator. Equal means equals to, we will give, and this is the sign of division. So these two are the operators. Okay, these two are the operators. X, y are the variables, and 3 is your constant. Here y is divided, here y is divided by 3 using the division operator, and the result will be stored in the x using assignment operator. So that will be stored, as I told, that it will divide and store in the x. So how it will store? By the help of equal sign, means the assignment operator. That equals to sign is called the assignment operator, and this is your division operator. Okay, now next, first operator we will see, which is the arithmetic operators. So what is arithmetic operator? First of all, arithmetic operators are used to perform basic arithmetic calculations, or basic operations such as addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, etc. So there is addition. First of all, operator is addition. This the symbol is plus, and format is a plus b. Format, suppose any two variables are given a, so its a format will be, suppose it is given z plus c, so you can write like this also. The what is the, is a description, means about this addition. This operator is used to add two operands. Operand means, as you know, that which two numbers we are adding, they are called the operands. Operands can be integer type. This can be integer type, float type, double. Okay, it can be anyone. It can be the simple decimal number, or can be simple number. So it can be integer, float, double, anything it can be. And they can if they are string, they will be concatenate. So it's a very important one. If suppose 1 plus 2, it will give the 3, like 3.5 plus 4, it's something, it will give 7.5, it will be given. But if it is, if we write like this, a plus c, so what will be the answer? So in this case, if it is the character, if any string is there, if any string, means suppose ab or cd is there, this is a string we have written ab and cd, and now in between that we have used plus sign. So in this case, what will be the output? What it will be done? So it will be simply, it will be concatenate. Concatenate means it will be joined. It will write like this, a b c d. Is you will get like this if you use this operator, plus operator. But if they are string, okay, or simply like this, a plus c, so it will be ac. Okay, if it is written v plus r, so it will combine, it will write vr. So likewise, it's a use. Okay, if it is used in the case of a string, so that will be concatenate, it will be joined. Okay, now next type of operators that we have, which is here is That is our subtraction. Next one is our subtraction. So this is the sign of subtraction. A minus b, this operator is used to subtract the value of one operand to the another. Okay, but in this here a minus b will not erase it like this. If you use a minus b, so it means not like the a will be cut out, only b will display. So here it will not work. Okay, so only in the case of plus string is working, but here is it will not work. Multiplication, this operator is used to multiply the value of two operands. This is the division operator, so it will divide the value. Okay, and it will be divide one operand with the value of other and find the quotient. This is the modulus. This is the modulus. There are two, actually there are two part. This is the division and this is the modulus. This operator is used to find the remainder of the division. So what does it mean, this two value? Actually if you will use this one, just to understand between, if 4 like 2. Okay, so in this case if you divide like this, 4 in this operator it is used to find the quotient. Quotient means how many times you have divided. So how many times means, if you divide it 2 divided 4, how many times? 2 times. Or another example I am taking, like 15 divided by 3. So if you divide 15 by 3, how many times? 5 times. Okay, remainder is 0. So if you use this operator is called division operator. If you use division operator, it will give you the value of this quotient. If you use this one 5, if you use like 15 divided 3, so it will give the answer 5. Okay, this 5. But if you have used 5 and this operator, this divide sign you have used 3, so it will give, this operator is used to find the remainder of the, so what is the remainder now here? Remainder is 3, it will give the 0. So that's the difference. If you use this sign, this is the division sign, so it will give the quotient. But if you use this one modulus sign, you will get the remainder. Okay, so that's the difference. Now next, relation operators. So next is your relation operator. Relation operators are used to test the relation between two variables. A relation expression written either true or false, that is the Boolean result, means it is a true or false. So how to do, how to check the condition? This is the relation operator, like this one, equal sign. Okay, this operator is used to check the equality between two operators. It will check that either it is the equal or not equal. Example, x equals to y, means this result, if suppose if the value is already declared, x equals to 24 and y equals to 8, it is already declared. So in this case either these two are equal, no, so it will give the result false. Okay, this is the, this operator is used to check the equality. This is this operator checks the non-equality between two operators, means x is not equals to y, it means this is a true, yes, they are not equal, so that's a true, so that's why it's given answer true. That is the greater sign. This operator check whether the first value is greater than the second value. It means it here will be check this x is greater than y or not. So here the value will be 24 and 8. So here it will be check that it is greater than or equal, it is greater than or not. So if it is a true, so it will give the true. This is the less than sign. First value will be checked, then by second value, second value is greater than or not. In this case first value will be checked, so likewise it will be checked. This is the greater than equal to, means it should be greater and equal, both it is there. So greater or equal, this operator check whether the first value is greater than or equal to the second value. Any one will be true, that will be given, means either it should be greater, either greater or equal, any one will be true, so this will give the true. Got it? Here in the second case you can see this is the less than and equal to, either it should be less or either should be equal. This operator check whether the first value is less than or equal to the second value. Any one will be true, so that will be give the true, but in this case it is a false because the value is 8, so that's why it is given false. Got it? Now next is our logical operators. Logical operators are used for logical operations which compare the result of relation expression and give the result as of true or false. Logical operators are used as both binary and unary operators. So Java provide three logical operators which are described. Here are the three operators are there. First is AND operator, OR operator and NOT operator. So here is the sign for there also you can see there is a sign for AND, this is sign for OR, this is sign for the NOT. So expression is expression how to logically it will be declared. So like 5 is greater than 8 and 35 less than 25. So in this case both the what will be the result? So both expression are false. Both expression are false. Okay, why false? Because in the first case you can see it is given 5 is greater than 8, so here is also false. 35 here is also false because 35 is not less than 25, so both the expression is false, so result will be given false, but we have used the AND operators. Next, here is that 28 greater than or equal to, means either greater than or equals to, or 20 is less than 16. So it means first expression is true, means here is that or is used, means anyone will be true. Anyone will means either this side will be true or this side will be true. Anyone will be the true, means the two condition we have given. First one is here, second one is here. Either this part may be true or this part. Anyone will be true, so it will give the true. Third one is the NOT. NOT 21 equals to 5. So NOT means it will 21 is not equals to 25, means it is asking that 21 equals to 5. It is given that 21 equals to 15, it is given. But if it is not, we have used this not sign, means it is not, we are telling not, this is no, this is not equal, so it is true, yes, of course no, so that's why given. Okay, so this is the operators AND, OR and NOT. Now next we have unary operators. As we know that there are unary operators, logical operators, binary operators. So here is that if we will see, that is the unary operators. So unary operators are some special operators in Java known as unary operators. Unary operators work on single variables or constant. It is work on the single variable or on the or a constant. These operators are used to increase or decrease the value stored in variable by 1. Means by 1 it will either plus 1 or minus 1. This type of increment and decrement will be done. So that is the unary, means one step it will be increased or one step it will be decreased. Got it? So now here you can see first plus plus, this unary operator increment operators. A plus plus means a value means a plus 1, means if its a value is 8, so it will be now 9. This minus minus, this decrement, this is the actually decrement, a minus minus means if the a value is 8, so now its value will be 7, means one increase or one decrease, or you can say in the mathematical terms you can say predecessor and successor. To find the predecessor or successor means one just before and one just after, so that we are using here. Okay, now next type of operator is your assignment operator. Assignment operator is used to assign it is used to assign a value to variable constant. The variables are always on the left hand side, and the assignment operators and the value will to be assigned will be the right side, means which value you are assigning that will be in the right side, and that the variable which is at the left hand side, that is the assignment operator. So here you can see this is the, here is that one, and this is your assignment operator, and the left side you can see whatever the value you have declared that is at the right side, and you can see this is the left hand side where value we have to assign it. Okay, so the whatever the value you are assigning, suppose a equals to 5, so we are assigned the value 5, so it is at the right side, and to whom we have assigned a, so that will be at the left. Okay, now here is like plus equal sign, 2 we have used, 2 assignment operator, minus, here is a minus and equal, means first whatever the subtraction value will be there that will be assigned to the this one a, means a, here is a equals to a multiplied into 9. It means first of all you have to multiply this a into n, and it's whatever the its result will be there, it will be stored in the a, means it will be assigned. This that's why it is called the assignment operator. Equal sign is called the assignment operator. It will be assigned this first, whatever the operation will be there at the right hand side, this will be done, then after its value will be stored in the left hand side's value, this left hand's variable. Got it? Now next we have some examples here. This is a program to find the simple interest where the principal, interest and time are given. So here is the some mathematical question here where the principal is given, interest and time are given. You have to find the simple interest. So first of all, the formula for simple interest, what is the formula? Simple interest, to find the p into r into, that is the SI is formula is that simple interest p into r into t by 100. Okay, so now here you can see, first of all the public class, and it's a class name we have declared interest. Now then public static, we are using this one, public static void main, the main function we have used. Inside this main function we have declared which type of it is a string argument it will be. Okay, so this is the void main type is your that function main type is of type of string arguments we are passing. Now we have declared this is the p, any value we have taken p, and it is type of this value we have assigned this principal p by the this letter, and we know that this variable we are always assigning with a small this name. So p, now this is the 6000 is the value we have assigned, the value of r we have assigned 10, the value of t we have assigned 2. Now we have taken the another amount, this SI we have taken as a amount, that is AMT, and this is a value we have given, and its variable name is AMT. This which type it is a, because this is we have declared as a AMT. Okay, so this whatever is the calculation will be there, p into r into t, its value will be stored in the AMT. And which type of AMT? It is a float type, so that's the AMT is declared. Now we have written the formula AMT, this SI equals to p into r, means this whole value p into r into t, means this p into rt, this whole value will be first multiplied, then after it will be divided by 100. So this will be divided by 100, whatever the value it will again it will be got, so that will be stored in the AMT. Okay, now system.printout.ln, it means the we will get the printout, means on the screen we will get what we will get, the rate of interest, and it is in the double quote. It means that same whatever it is written under the double quote, that will be displayed. So you can see the rate of interest means the whatever the string, whatever the value inside the double quote, so that will be same will be displayed. So there is the rate of interest is okay. Then after equal AMT, here is you can see plus AMT. So plus means it will be concurrent, means it will be added just after that plus AMT. So what is the value of now AMT? So that is a calculation. So whatever the calculation will be there, that will be displayed. So that is 1200, and it is we have taken the float type. So that's why you can see 1200. You can see 1200 point something is it is coming now. Why? Because it is a float type. Okay. Next is precedence of operators, means the preference of the operators, means like in the mathematical operation, as we are following the rule of BODMAS, like first we do the brackets like division, then after division, multiplication, subtraction, addition, then subtraction. So like same in the same way here also it is following, that is the precedence of operators. So there is also following the rule of BODMAS, first the bracket, then after of, then after division, multiplication, addition and subtraction. So there is a precedence. You can see first if it is the parenthesis, so first it will be work, its work will be first. Unitary operator is there if there is a unitary operator like plus minus means one increment operator is there. So this is the, in this way Java is providing the precedence to for the operators, first parenthesis, then after unitary operators, then after exponents, then after multiplication, then after division, then after modulus, then after plus, then after minus. Okay, so this is the precedence. Okay, first this parenthesis, unitary operators, exponents, this is the sign for exponent, like this is 2 to the power 5 exponents. So so this is the exponent. Okay, or we are writing e to the power x, so this is the exponent. So if it is the exponents are there, so this is the sign for the exponents. Okay, now next is that like in how you will write this exponent like you have write 2 to the power 5, so it is write 2, this sign 5, it means 2 to the power 5. So likewise these are the preference. Okay, precedence of operators. Now next is that the class declaration, how to declare the class. So let's understand the concept of class and how it is declared and used with the help of following program. So how to declare? First of all, that SS specifier. There are some. So first, as we are writing in the program, so you just understand, you can understand it. Means like earlier you have so many confusions are there. What we called, what to why we are declaring like this. So each having some name, some uses. So you can understand it from here. First of all, you can see we are writing public class person. We can write here private also. Private means that will be not, private means suppose this class you have declared as a private, it means that will be not called from outside. Okay, means by others it will be not called. Publicly means it can be, this class can be called, this class can be accessed by the other method also. By other method it can be accessed, but it is a public. So this is your SS specifier. So who can access it? Class is the keyword, so that's the important one. This is reserved word by the Java, that is your keyword. This is the, here the person, that is the name of your class which you have declared, starting with this curly bracket. Now public is string name, so here is that. Then after public int age, public void display, so here is that public and we have declared it, it is a string name. So we have the string means what we have declared it, it is a string, it is a type of string. So and it is under the name. Okay, there's a variable name. Now next integer type, and its the name is, here is the name, data type, data name is name, here is the data name is age, and the type is string, here is the type of int. Earlier we have discussed about like types is their character, we can use the string type also. There is a we have used the character in the data type, so there we can use the this string type also. Okay, data type. Now next after public void display details, so this is the name of the function. Name of the function is the display details. Okay, this is the method, or you can say this is the public void, and this is the name of function we have declared. This is the method display details. In that it will be finally it will be executed display. It will be it will display on the screen name is, it will be fixed. Then after plus name, so what is the name it will be entered here, so that will be display here. Then after age is will be taken and that will be displayed. This is the body of method. Okay, this is the body of method, because we have method, so one class, its name is, we have declared display details. Okay, so that's the name, that's the method. In this method these all variables are called and it's a work. Okay, now here is some descriptions are there, you can just have. Public is the SS specifier, okay, which tells that the class is accessible anywhere. Person is the name of the class preceded by the keyword class. Okay, next the body of the class being with the left braces. Okay, now name and age are the variables of the person. Okay, now display details is the function, as I told that it is a function or method of class person. Body of function defined with the pair of braces, means left and right braces. The class and with the right braces. Why? Because it start with the left, so it will end with the right. So these are the main your declaration part. This is your how to declare your class. Got it? I hope you understand. Like you can write this program also. Suppose any program you want to write, just we try it. So first off we write the public. Okay, this is actually small one. Public, we have, this is the publicly we have declared, and class name, this is your keyword, so that is used by the only Java, that is fixed one. Now this class name, suppose I have declared it student class 8, student 8. Okay, now next what we will do, first of all we start with this left bracket. Now here we are declaring like publicly we are declaring, so right here public, so because this will be access to the other method also. So publicly we are declaring, so any name, like we have declared integer and a equals to 5, and okay, with the semicolon. Again publicly we are declaring public, again we are next one we are declaring like character, publicly character. Okay, and character is like we have declared any character like Z. Okay, and close it. Okay, next we have declared any other type like this public string we have declared. Okay, and it's a name I have written here, any name you can write like A, B, C we have given. Okay, like this. So these are the declaration part. We have declared these variables. We have used the variable A, integer type. Okay, we have used integer type, character which is Z, string, ABC. Okay, now after declaration what we will do, we will start one function, one method. Okay, so first of all we start, okay, sorry, here is that, first of all we have to, this is under the public, here we will start the function. So here we will write the first of the function. So this function we can write the public, okay, void. Now any class name we have written like any class you can declare. Suppose I write the 8 and this is the open and small bracket small. So this I declared the name of my method, or this is the name of the method, or it is the function. This function I have started here. First of all you just try to understand, this is the public class 8. Okay, we have started and in this is the public one, this is the name of the class is 8. In the class 8, in this in the student 8 we have declared these things like a character and ABC, and here we have taken one function public 8. Okay, now here we can start and we can write system dot out dot print ln and like a my data. I just write like this, my data. Okay, and under this double bracket, and then after I just write plus whatever we want to display. I want to display all at a time, so first I will write A. So I write here A. Okay, another means next anything you want to concrete with this, so write plus. Okay, I write character, that is the Z, so I write here Z. Okay, then after plus I want to write this one also, ABC. Okay, all, then after semicolon, close it, this system close and this close. So what will be the output? The value of A will be displayed, so 5 with that Z, A, B, C, that will be displayed simply. Got it? So in this way it will be displayed. So in this way in this way we are declaring the class. Now next is accepting argument through the main method. Means now inside the main method we will give the argument. The Java is a language that provides good support for object oriented programming. Till now you have created such programs in which value are assigned to the variables before compilation. Means we are assigning the value before compilation. Means we are not means earlier we are, means before compilation means what? Means here here is that we are assigned the variable before compilation, means already we are declared. Here is, you can see the value, all the values in here, you can see this example. Here we have declared already all the values, we have already declared. This argument part is the backend. In the main part you can see this is the through this we are not passing the value, simply we are writing this is the string type, you just give out. and the value already we are assigning here. You can see some values like r's value, p's value already we are assigned, already we are giving earlier before the compile, means before the execution of your program we have given, means before process we have given the value. But now in this case when we are passing it through the main method, we are here we are accepting the arguments through the main method. Here we are giving the value after the execution, means when start the process, after the process we will give the value. Means Java offers facility to accept input from the user, compilation and output the program based on the input. Means again you just read, facility to accept input from user after compilation. After compilation means Java given both facility before compilation also, means earlier how we have written the program, there we have given the value, already we have given the value, earlier we have declared the value, but here after the compilation, okay, and then we will get the output based on our input. This can be achieved if you pass variable as an argument. If you pass the variable, if you pass the variable as an argument to the main method, here in this main method if you pass the variable as a argument. So let's see how we will do it. For writing this type program, suppose create a program that will accept the bill of customer and add 5% service tax on it. So same public class, and its a class name is service tax. Now public static void main, here you can see here is the int bill, is the earlier you can see there is a difference. Here is you can see in this last program it was void main, okay, then after string argument was passing, but here we have passed, here you can see here we have passed int bill, means already there is the variable will be declared here only. In this already we have declared the variable here, means there is a integer type and its a name is bill, the data name is bill and which type, it is a integer, this value is passed here. It means what it will be there when your program will execute, first of all it will ask to you enter some value like here double, then after we have declared double total bill equals to, this is the formula we have used, then system out old dot print plus bill. Now here is that print the statement given the codes. So here this will be old bill, but here is the 500 it comes. Why this 500, from where this 500 come? So here is that, but this 500 anywhere we have declared here, you can see no. It means when your program will compile in your computer system, it will ask to enter some value. So at that time whatever the value you will declare, whatever the value you will give, suppose it is given 500 at the time after compilation. Here what was here you can see in the last program, here it was happening like that, or already the value is given, simply they are compiling and giving the result. But in this case here in this program it will not compile, it will compile, then after it will ask the what is the value of bill, this will, okay, the value of bill, what will be the store in this bill. So because on this bill it will be calculated, so that will be asked after the compilation, and that will be you have to input. So here is that sometimes here is written, sometimes you have to input multiple value in a program. So if like there is, if you have written here, suppose here you have written int bill, here you have written int bill, or any other you have used like any like tags or anything, means like how many data, means how many data names, how many variables you have taken. So for all the variables its a value should be assigned, so that will be asked again and again. So first you enter the value of this and this, so that it means that you have to input the multiple value in a program. You have you can do it by separating each of them using commas. Okay, so as I told that, so multiple value you can declare by using the comma, and computer will ask, means the after the compilation it will ask enter the value of this one, enter the value of this, and this, because here is only bill is there, so one time it will ask. here is suppose 2 3 you have declared, so 2 3 will be asked. Like in the same you can try at this program. Same here is the last program, it was here this program. Here we have declared int r, this we have declared. Here you can do the same program, you can do by this method, means through the main method you can write this program. How you can write? Simply you can write this one, public static void main. Okay, void main, you can write this is public static void main, and here you can pass, here you can pass the program this all int p, okay, int r and int t, you can pass it here. This value already is declared, and this, but this you have to not declare it here. This only you can pass through the main function, then you see what is happening. So you can try this program, okay, by this method. Okay, now the following program will demonstrate the using of multiple value. One more program we have there, so that you can see it here. It will more clear now here. Program to find the area and perimeter of rectangle by using assignment operator. So by using the assignment operator, we will find the area and perimeter of the triangle. Perimeter of the rectangle. So let's see, the first, it's a class name we have declared, that is a rectangle public. Here is that in the main function, here we have passed the argument through the main function. So integer type is the a and the integer type is the b. Both function we have, here is the two variables, okay, here is the variables are declared, variables a and b are declared, and it is passed through the main function. Now int area, that is area, a is a value we have given 0, and perimeter value also we have assigned to the 0, already it is given. Now enter the value r. Entered value r means once program will be executed, means program will be run. Once this program, all program will run, first of all, because it is passed this value of a, it is required to calculate the area. Means if you have to find the area and perimeter, so this value should be there, a and b. So first of all, computer will ask what is the value of a, so you have to enter suppose 40, and the value of b you have entered 60. Okay, so now that will display here, entered value is, here is the 40, it will display, and 60. So print the message with the given code. Okay, so that's the value will be displayed whatever the you have entered. It means that you are making this the real time education, means at the time like calculator you want to add, so that they are asking that enter the value 40 60 whatever the value you want to enter. So at the time of education they are asking, and earlier what we are doing means already we have fixed that for you, by default you take 60 40, means already it is defined, that is not a dynamic one. And then this is and here this program is dynamic, means at the time of education it is asked that enter what the value. So it is 40 and 60 we have entered. Now area, this value is already assigned 0, so now first time this is 0 equals to, its the value is given 40, a's value is given 40 into this is the 60. So now here is that 40 into 60, what does it mean? Means it will be multiply, so it will be 2400. Okay, and this value now is stored to the area. Earlier its value was 0, this area's value was 0, but now it becomes now its value is now its value will be displayed here, just a minute, its value now 2400. So here is that calculate the perimeter of rectangle. Okay, now next is that 2 into a plus b. So now a's value is 40 60, and it is multiplied and it will be stored in the perimeter. Earlier it was 0 now, but it is earlier it was 0, but now it is changed to the 0 to, not it is 2400. Now its value will be also changed, and the value of all this will be displayed there. So in this way, so here is the enter, suppose here in this program it is entered 4 and here is entered 6. So now area of rectangle is 24 and the perimeter is 20. Okay, and why we have defined 0 here? Because earlier we have initiated with it the 0, means the nothing is there, its value is 0. Okay, means particular for the particular time, that is 0. Now once it is calculated, now it's changed to 0 to 1400 or whatever it will become, so that will be stored there. Got it? So you can practice these programs. You can download this BlueJ application, this software in your computer, and try to write some programs. Okay, practice it. So these are the some recap points. You go through it. Like a BlueJ is an IDE, integrated development environment for beginners to write and edit for Java program. So go through token. The smallest meaningful elements to the Java program is called a token. Okay, and an identifier is any name to different components of Java program. So you can just revise this exercise, this lesson, practice some programs. Okay.